And we are live from Roofcon 2022. Today is what, day two, I guess, technically?
Yeah, technically.
Day two, technically, here at, not IRE, almost said IRE. We're talking about IRE.
Talking about it, yeah.
No, I'm sorry about that if anybody's listening from Roofcon, but we are definitely at Roofcon Orlando, Florida. Today is day two, and today we have TJ McCormick and Pete McKendricks with Roofer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what do you guys have new and exciting that's coming out?
Yeah, man, it's a great question. The biggest release for us, the newest thing for us is our instant estimator tool, which is just a game changer for the contractors, right? Like, we're super excited about it. What it allows the contractor to do is, configure it on the back end and then throw a URL up on their website to a landing page that allows the consumer to literally go to their site and get an instant quote. 30 seconds or less, they're getting a quote, a ballpark estimate of what that job's going to cost using that contractor. And then on the back end for the contractor, it's capturing that information from the consumer, and creating a lead, right? So it's, a lot of people think it's a lead gen tool, but really it's a lead capture tool. It's a way to funnel all your leads. So regardless of how you guys are marketing, whether it's a sign in the yard, your truck, door hangers, whatever it is, you throw this QR code or this URL on there and you're able to generate a lead that comes right into our system.
Okay, so if I'm going out and canvassing a neighborhood that I knew just recently had storm damage done, I can send a team of canvassers out, start hanging door hangers with a QR code on it, and then it would take it to my website, and then they would be able to get an instant quote?
Yeah, so two ways. You can either have the QR code linked to your website with a call to action on there that says, hey, get a free quote. Or you could have it taken right to the quote, like straight to the landing page that we have. It's all branded out with your branding. And it allows the consumer to just go ahead and start plugging in the information. It feeds right into your roofer account.
Nice. And the cool thing about that too, so you're an aerial measurement company too. So once that comes through the pipeline, then we can go ahead and send it over to you guys, or do you already have it? I guess.
Yeah,
you already have it. So then what releases the measurement to go off and come back then?
Yeah, so what happens is it captures all the information, right? So everything that the customer fills out when they go to the instant estimator, they have to answer a few different questions about the size of their roof and their address and how quickly they're looking to get the job done and things like that. We capture all that information. It feeds straight in, so as the contractor, you can see all that info, and then right from there, go ahead and qualify that lead. Call them, schedule an appointment, and be able to go ahead and pull your measurement report just with the click of a button, feed it right into a proposal, and get them a sign right there.
So you're also doing the proposal process as well.
Correct. Yep.
Aha.
All the way to the digital signature, right?
That is fantastic. Yep. All the way down to the signature. Wow.
Yep.
Being a salesperson in the field, doing the roofing for as long as we all have.
Yes.
Hand contracts, contingency agreements.
Oh my God.
Look horrible.
Paper.
Handwriting sucks. Pictures are horrible.
Post-it notes.
Having the roofer system, the good, better, best, the way it looks, the way it's presented to the homeowner or the business owner, the ease of use.
Nice.
They get both the contractor and the homeowner sign right there. They both get a copy, and then they can even pick colors right there.
Wow. Yeah. So will you guys plug in like our labor and material cost, or we'll have to go through, plug in our labor and material cost. What about the products that we use?
You could choose the products that you want, like you typically use. If you're a CertainTeed, a GAF, and Owens Corning, or a Euro Shield, you go in there. Line item pricing is already entered by you guys.
Right.
Pipe boots, vents,
right.
Synthetic felt, whatever you use.
Okay.
Just feed it in, line item, and then you can either do a line item pricing or a lump sum pricing.
Okay. So basically, if I'm picking up what you're putting down, I'm hearing like an Eagle View / Sumo quote on steroids. Basically merged together on steroids. A salesperson tool that they can't live without. Now, how does it bolt to the CRM, or is it becoming the CRM, or just like a quoting tool that has the roofing measurements attached to it?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, the thing about it is it depends on the size of your contractor, right? Like, so if you're already a CRM user and you're very established in your CRM, you may just want to take that information and push it over there. We have Zapier functionality, which allows you to, let's say once you get the contract signed or sent, you can push all that downstream to your CRM. If you're a smaller guy and maybe you're not at the level where you need a full-blown CRM and all that functionality yet, you can use it, right? Like, you can use it for that. You're capturing the leads. You have the ability to create a job. move it through the process,
Right.
Get the contract signed, be able to kind of track the status of that lead. So, it almost operates like a mini CRM for the smaller guys that maybe aren't at the level that they need a full-blown CRM functionality yet.
Right. So. No, that's great to know too, because I know early on when I was, in contracting, I'm still contracting, but like, I don't know if I was ready for like a whole full-blown CRM. I mean, we had QuickBooks Online. Yeah. I just needed something to present a quality quote to the homeowner, because I felt like mine were so far behind the curve, but everybody else had like these really nice and neat and informative quotes. But this sounds like something that that I needed back then. Yeah. Not just now, but even back then, the simplicity of it. It sounds like it basically does all the work for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and the beauty of it is, like, if you're a contractor starting out, right? Like, we get the question a lot of times, like, oh, I'm a brand new contractor, or I'm a salesperson leaving a business, starting my own roofing company, right? So I think a lot of people immediately think, like, I need to get a CRM. Mm-hmm. Like, that's got to be my first big spend. And it's not necessarily the case. No. Really, the first big spend, and it's not even big. Like, the beauty of it is it's more cost effective than a CRM. The first big spend for you should be an estimating tool. Yes. Right? The ability to write professional quotes.
I 100% agree to that.
And so
how many more roofs I would have sold if I would have had a professional estimating tool right there, and I could do my inspection and then go back down, sit in my truck for 5 minutes and build a quote.
The time will come. The time will come for the CRM, but don't overdo it, right? Like, be patient. Like, you'll know when the time is there, when you start to get overwhelmed and you need a better way to organize it. But in the meantime, it's better to go with a tool like an estimating tool, right? And be really streamlined and organized as the way you're quoting, so you're going to win a lot more jobs that way. And it's going to be much more efficient. Yes. And then, you can worry about the CRM when the time comes, when you get to that level.
Yeah, no, I love that, because us as contractors, at least for me, I need things in layman's terms and dumbed down and as simple as possible. Right. And to me right now, I'm thinking to myself, like, why aren't we using this yet? Like for real, because especially if we can bolt it now for a company that's our size, and we have a lot of moving parts, so we need a CRM. Yep. Right? We need to know what's going in, coming out, and everything in between. Before I go off on that tangent, let me ask you this. Does it have like a follow-up email that might go out like to the homeowner, and or alert me to follow up with my homeowner after I send the quote?
So what we've done initially is we've built the tool to track the history of what's going on with the contract, right? So once the contract's sent, you can go in there and see how many times the customers viewed it. Yes. If they've interacted with it at all. So the next step for us is to add that piece of it, right? Okay. To be able to communicate through that. So, that's something that we're looking to do in the near future. Yeah. To be able to help you guys with the follow-up, right? Because obviously that's a bottleneck, right? I know from back in my CRM days, the follow-up piece is always a huge bottleneck, right? Like, who wants to follow up, right?
Right. No,
I want to run the leads in front of me, right?
I struggle with that too. I remember when I was just doing it by myself, I could run 7 leads in one day, right? I get back and I'm just bam, 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 throwing out the estimates as quick as I can, not really taking my time. They look like shit. And then I move on to my next
and
appointment.
You might have missed a couple of things. And
right. So with the features that you guys have, that it's going to cover all the products that we use, so we can't miss anything. It sounds like you kind of just take out what you don't need for that particular job, but it's going to show you everything that you would need if you would need it. You're just basically taking that out, right? So the streamline of that sounds like you're cutting the estimating time, proposing it in half, right? So you're cutting that time and that it takes to create the proposal, plus you're the freaking aerial measurement company that's doing it. Dude, like, I don't know how you could go wrong with this, especially like if you're, like you said, you're a smaller company and you're on the road. Is it web-based? Is it an app? Like, how can we have access to it?
Yeah. So it's web-based currently. Okay. Application hopefully one day, right?
Yeah. But just curious, and that's okay.
Yeah. But one of the best features of the new tools is that we're company cam integrate. So if you're out there doing your inspection, you're on company cam, you already built that, and then go back to your truck, write your estimate. So,
right. That leads me to my next question. Now, when we use company cam, if we try to create a job, right, it's integrated with our CRM. Yeah. If we create a job from company cam, it doesn't communicate very well with our CRM. Is it kind of the same way where we got to create the job first in our CRM for it to show up, or will it show up in your program?
Yeah, that's an awesome question. I'm glad you asked this. No, so we literally just finished a two-way sync.
Okay.
So you guys can do it however you want. Now,
Really?
you can create it in Company Cam, and
Okay.
it'll create the job in Roofer, or vice versa. If you want to start in Roofer, pull a measurement and create a job in there, it'll feed that back and automatically create the project in your company.
Listen, that's so important, especially for those that are canvassing areas or door knocking, because
they don't have time.
No, right. Yeah. So you don't have time to go over here and then go back over here and do. Like you're on the road and you want to create some estimates on the fly. As long as it's communicating with everything and there's less moving parts, there's less things to fall through the cracks. That's fucking badass.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the coolest part about it, right? I know how a lot of our guys are using it is you have Company Cam, right? So when you pull a measurement in Roofer, it automatically feeds that Roofer report back into your Company Cam. And what the beauty of that is we're the only ones in the industry that allow you to edit a report that you've gotten from us, a finished report, right? So what a lot of our guys are doing is they're using it in their Company Cam account. When their sales guy goes out, he's taking the pictures. He opens his Roofer report, looks at a couple measurements on there, verifies them against the roof, and he field verifies the report for accuracy.
Wow.
So now you're taking an aerial report who traditionally has a little bit of play, right?
Of course.
Potentially could be off a little bit. And now it's, in the 99 percentile for accuracy because I can check it. I can check it in real time.
Yeah, and some people you'll hear, make rumbles about, oh, it's not accurate. Well, neither are you when you go out and field measure it. Right. So what's the difference? We just saved you the headache of going out and doing it, but do your due diligence and double check some things.
I mean, you have to check behind yourself. I mean, how many times have you been using another aerial measurement software and you still had to go get 2 or 3 more bundles?
Seriously.
It happens to all of us.
Yes.
We all have made that mistake of under ordering or not putting enough waste on there. And we all have to check our own selves.
Absolutely, man. You have to. Nothing's perfect. So get over that part of it because nothing's 100% accurate. No, I really like what you're saying, man. And it seems like, this is going to be the way to go. I mean, you've cut out so much legwork, literally legwork, for us salespeople and everybody else's salespeople too. But it's like, I'm sitting here trying to get my head wrapped around everything because I heard whispers of like what it was or whatever, read some things online, but I don't think I fully grasped how advanced this really is. Do you know what I mean?
And then advancing daily.
Yeah.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, man. That's fantastic. So what else do you want to explain to anyone that's watching right now that like why would they actually want to? I'll get with you in a little bit. Yep. Why would somebody want to do this? Like give us the why.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I love the most about it is that even though we've made it have the ability to do so many different things, right? And it's so flexible, like TJ said, for the way you quote, whether you're a scope of work guy, whether you're super granular, want to do every single line item down to a box of nails, you can do that in there. But at the heart of it, it's extremely simple to set up and use, right? Like you're not talking about, 30, 60 days to get this thing set up and train your team. You're talking about hours, right?
Be real quick. Setup is free.
Yes, that's a huge point.
Yeah,
right? That's a huge point.
We dedicate staff to you to make sure that you're successful in your first month, and there's only a monthly fee after that, and not a huge setup fee to get going.
Yeah,
I love that. So when you say setup, elaborate a little more. What does the setup look like, and what do you mean by setup?
Yeah,
what does that entail?
Yeah, so when you sign up with us, right, you get assigned to a customer success manager, an onboarding specialist. We have people dedicated to just get your system rolling for you. So what they'll do is they'll go in there and they'll help you build out your catalog, add your materials. We got a couple different ways to get materials in there. Like if you got a price list from your supplier, we're able to add that in there. We can just pull that right in as a CSV file and add it really quick.
Okay, so you're doing that for us.
We're helping you out.
So I don't have to hire someone that actually knows how to use a computer to put our labor price in there and our material price in there.
And then they teach you, or we teach you how to do it every month after that, so that you can keep up on your pricing when the price increases coming from the suppliers or your manufacturers.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can stump you guys on this one. Now, will it communicate with my distributor? Meaning, like,
I'm gonna let Pete answer that.
How do I no, because I'm sitting here thinking, dude, now like once I have this report and my material list together, do I have to print it out, snap a screenshot of it, or is there a way that like I can email it from it? Like, like with my CRM, when I come up with my material list and take off, I can send it over to my distributor. How does that look?
So that's the next step for us, right? Like that's the holy grail for us, right? To take that proposal and turn it into a material order.
Okay.
How do we do that, right? So obviously, there's certain people that we're trying to work with to get that set up.
Okay.
Everybody now has all these suppliers have tremendous systems in place to be able to digitally place an order. You don't have to fax it in anymore. So, trying to tie to those. But in the meantime, too, we're trying to build out a material ordering process to help simplify that. But ultimately, the holy grail for us is to be integrated in some way so that when you create that proposal, you can easily push it over as a material order.
Okay, so you're talking about actually at some point in time maybe integrating with a manufacturer. I guess that's not what I necessarily meant. I'm just trying to figure out how would I abstract the information that I need to get it over to them.
When you're doing the aerial imagery, it comes back with a complete list of how many bundles you would need. So say if you're certainteed and you're using Landmark and it's a 30-year, we know it's 3 bundles per square.
Right.
It's going to come back with how many bundles you're going to need, how many pipe boots, how many vents, how much ice and water shield you're going to need due to valleys, eaves, whatever. And then you'll have your list from your aerial imagery.
Okay.
And then one day when we are connected with the suppliers, not if.
And that doesn't surprise me because, like you just said, every distributor has something integration with some tool that helps us contractors, and I can appreciate that. But I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around once I come up with that material list or my takeoff from the roofer. What do I do? Copy and paste that into an email and send that to my distributor, I guess.
What a lot of our guys are doing is when they pull the measurement, they get this material estimate sheet. So then they're using the quantities right on there. And for now, they're backfilling it, depending on how they're ordering, right? A lot of guys are still manually ordering a lot of products.
Okay, so I was able to stump you a little bit there.
A little bit.
It sounded like anything that sounds like it's too good to be true probably is. And you almost had me on that.
Almost had you.
But listen, I know is the momentum.
It's a huge opportunity for us.
Listen, the momentum that you guys have, I really feel like the sky's the limit. And I know you guys are surrounding yourself around the right people to make this shit from good, right, to great to greater to fucking greatest. I see this, no pun intended.
Well, let me talk about that just for a second. Thank you for leading in with that.
That was great segue.
As most of the TC backer or the behind the tool belt crew knows, I've been a constant on your show. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you to World's Greatest Roofer, which is my tag or my organization, and I've been brought on to help hopefully take us to the next level and get in front of all the right people. And the right people are roofing company owners, sales organizations, maybe even public insurance adjusters, attorneys, marketing companies that are building websites for roofing companies, and then anybody else out there that's using aerial imagery or a sales platform to help sell their jobs. And I look forward to, in the very near future, being in front of many thousands of roofers, not just here in the United States, but all across North America, and very near future, hopefully across the world.
So it sounds like you guys have some plans in the works in the background that you're going to start going out and visiting contractors?
I foresee us being.
Can you elaborate more on that, or is just top secret information?
No.
I'm afraid sometimes.
So what I'm going to be doing is going around the country and in Canada as well, and setting up events on a smaller scale, not compared to Roofcon, but and do an educational event where we don't just come in to pitch. We're also teaching how to do something like sales, maybe social media. Right. Maybe even we bring in Deshaun Bryan or John Sinek to teach about shingles.
I love them.
But it's not about, I'm very big on free education and making sure that roofers are better than when I first started speaking to them.
Man.
And I think that with Roofer that we'll be able to do that, but more so it's just to help them sell faster, sell more efficient, and to look more professional in front of homeowners.
Yeah, man. Pete and I were talking last night that the roofing industry right now is in a really cool place. Yeah. And it's because of companies like yours that is helping this industry be so awesome right now and be in the place that it is right now. And for those that are watching that are on the fence of man, I'm just not down with that technology, or it's too techy for me, or I don't understand. I mean, literally, if I understood exactly what this thing does, you can too. You know what I'm saying? And from the sound of it, if you don't have an estimating software, you're already behind the curve.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the one that you're using probably doesn't sound like it's as efficient and already being the aerial company. I mean, for me, that's the game changer right there. So there's less apps that I have to buy to do all of this horse shit.
Right.
Right? It's doing it for me. I mean, really, to me, it sounds like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have a joke, when I worked in the CRM side of things. We used to joke there's going to come a day where you won't be able to be a dog walker without an estimating tool in a CRM, right? So, like we're going to move in that direction whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
and
it's happening.
It's kind of like you might as well get ahead of the curve. You might as well use it, right? Like don't let the competition get a leg up.
No.
And a product like this, it's so cost effective. It's so easy to set up and use. It's just, I think traditionally we shied away from it because in our mind, we're thinking it's way too complex to have to set this up, right? It's going to take a ton of time. It's going to take a ton of energy. I might have to hire somebody, right, to do it.
Right.
And we've, I think over the last couple of years, so much technology has come into this industry that it's forced us to really kind of like dumb it down and make it more straightforward and make it better for the contractor to use and more efficient for them to implement it.
I love it, man.
Let me tell you something that's really impressive about our organization and the people who do demonstration for other roofers and other companies. If they don't think it's a good fit, if roofer doesn't feel like it's a good fit, they're going to tell you, hey, look, I know Sumo Quote does it. I know another brand does this, and you should check this out because this is what you need. Roofer might not be for everybody.
Right.
But you know what? We're going to help you find what is right for you, and we're not going to be against somebody else.
That's a good point.
We're all about making sure that this industry works better together.
What I like about that, TJ, you started to touch about it. It's like it is our responsibility as adults is to leave this thing better than it was when we found it.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you feel that way. And I know Pete, I've talked to him enough that really that's all we're trying to do. Just like this podcast. It's like we're really just trying to get the information out there to people, and cut through the shit.
Yeah.
Live broadcast.
That's right. And that's what's cool about it. It's raw and it's uncut and it's genuine. I mean, unfortunately, if you say something, it's going to be captured. It's going to be on all over the internet. So be as honest and as authentic as you can possibly be. And but what you guys are doing, I really like that because I haven't had a minute to talk to you or you. I've heard things and I saw your ads and stuff, but I'm a dum-dum. I need you to talk to me and show me and tell me in layman's terms. But really the way that you broke it down, Pete, I mean, if anybody wanted to reach out to you guys and know more about this, what's the best way for us to get a hold of you guys?
Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, the easiest way is just to reach out to any of us or go to the website and just book a demo. Like booking a demo with us is the best way to get exposed to the product and be able for our guys to really show it to you, walk you through it. You can ask all your questions. Those guys are going to have the ability to, talk to you about what you're doing currently and how we can potentially accommodate that with Roofer and whether or not Roofer is going to be the ideal fit for you. One of the things to keep in mind is this company was literally founded on the fact that we realized the contractor's process was broken for them, right? Like we wanted to give them the opportunity to offer a better customer experience. That's what the entire Roofer platform is built on, right? So our goal is to help the contractor. Our goal is not to sell you software. Like our goal is to create a product, with feedback from guys like you. You get on there, you use our product, you say, man, it'd be really cool if it did this, right? That's how our product gets better, right? And that's how we continue to improve. And that's how, we continue to offer a better product every day for the industry is by learning what contractors need,
Listening to them.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff.
And if you do want to go book a demo, roofer.com, ROOFR.com, and then follow us on all of our social media for World's Greatest Roofer.
There you go.
So,
yeah, man. I love it, man. It was great having you guys on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Cool. We appreciate it.
What time? I don't even know what time it is, but I know at 2:00 they're going to close down the expo floor here. We're all going to go over here and watch a lot of great speakers. And Pete and myself were actually
on there. How did that happen, right?
I know, right? I have no idea how that happened.
How did we swing that?
I understand why you're there, but I don't know. Like, I must have fooled these people into thinking that was something.
I must have paid big money to get on there, right?
It was me and Jen Silver. No, I'm just kidding. We just told Hunter, you know this Ty Backer guy?
Yeah, right. No, this has been a blast, man. And really, I mean, Jenna and Blake and Hunter, dude, phenomenal. I mean, for us to kind of like come full board, I felt great to be able to participate in the whole Roofcon experience, and hopefully we're influencing and impacting and giving them the wow factor to want them to keep coming back, along with the great speakers and stuff like that, and the wonderful products that is here, that's offered to them to check out and demo while they're here.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, if you're not here, they would get a free demonstration, I'm sure.
Yeah,
if you
for
went
sure.
over to the roofer, or if you're here and you're watching, get your ass over to their booth right
Yeah.
now and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
also, you want to know, not on the same subject, you see how many people are walking around with cameras doing live broadcasts?
Yes.
We've definitely done some work these past couple months and years to make sure that people are got their camera on and they're making content finally.
All about the content right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yep.
You
Why
guys
not?
out there at home, if you're watching right now or at work, make your content. Your marketer will love you.
Yes.
And if you don't have a marketer, reach out. Let us help you figure out how to make some more content.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, that's a wrap, man.
Awesome,
See
guys.
you guys later.
All right. Thank you,
Thanks
guys.
so much.
That's great, man.